What's up, guys? Today's video is going to be very different than usual. I'm going to be giving some life advice, and this life advice is based off of experience and trial and error, a lot of trial and error. I'm going to be talking about love, and not only love, but the importance of finding it and how exactly to do it, the steps to take in order to find your person. And the first and foremost, the most important thing is you have to know, are you asking for someone who is above your pay grade? And what I mean by that is, are you asking for somebody that you deserve and that is at least equal to you in terms of moral standing? Because you can't be praying for a girl and asking for a girl that is, a good woman, will be a good mother, and hasn't slept with other men, doesn't go out all the time, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do all these things that don't align with your beliefs. You can't pray for all that and then go do all of those things and be asking God, why am I not getting this woman? Or saying, I hear a lot of guys that are always like, dude, all these bitches are horrible. It's impossible to find a girl. 2026 is impossible to find a good girl. It's like, you guys are looking in the club, and you are not only looking in the club, but you're going out every single weekend. You're getting messed up and doing things that are, aligned with finding a person that is of that quality. So you can't be upset whenever you're not finding your perfect dream girl, whenever you are not looking in the right places or trying to become the person that is not deserving, but somebody who is just trying to find the best of themselves whenever you're looking for a person who isn't doing the same. But after prefacing with that, let me go ahead and go to some of the important steps of becoming that man that woman deserves. So literally, when it just goes to going up and talking to a girl, you have to get out of your head with believing that it's wrong to be corny. It's wrong to be a good guy. It's wrong to be the nice guy. The girls never fall for the nice guy. That's the dumbest shit ever. Whoever made that incentive and made that a thing that is a saying and normal to say is that the girl doesn't go for the nice guy is the dumbest shit ever. They always go for the nice guy, and they always want the nice guy. Always, period. It's the dumbest shit ever. You can be a cool person, and you can be somebody who has style and has swag and is a outgoing and a charismatic individual. You can be all of those things and still be kind. I would go as far to say is you can't be all those things unless you are kind, unless you are somebody who isn't nonchalant all the time and actually gives a fuck about who they want to become and cares about the person that they're trying to nurture and be a supporting man for. And with that being said, I believe that the approach needs to be not nonchalant. You need to, it's okay to have a mean mug all the time, because I have a mean mug. I do it on accident. I do it on purpose sometimes. When I'm at the gym, I almost always have that resting face on, because girls do like that. Girls like a guy that looks like they can protect them and is maybe doesn't seem super approachable. They like that. It's weird. They like a guy that is strong. But whenever you come up to them, they do approach you, put on a smile. Be a man that is very loving and kind and nurturing and is cool and is charismatic and can talk to them and make them feel heard and seen in a way that you can be that dude that is intimidating and is puts on that whatever fear factor or has a presence to them that is met with respect. You can have all those things, but also be kind. It's good to have a balance of both, because what they mean by a nice guy always finishes last is somebody who is not only nice, but a pushover. I think those are two very, very different things. If you're a pushover and you get walked all over by a woman and controlled in every single area of your life and of that relationship, then that's when the nice guy finishes last, because you need to have that respect and you need her to respect you as a man. And you're not going to get that if you treat her poorly. If you're a guy who is a dickhead and immature all the time, that is the same way of being a pushover, because you are somebody who doesn't demand respect. So basically, I'm just trying to say, when approaching a woman, it's okay to have a mean mug whenever you're out doing things on your own, or if she just sees you from a distance, because a lot of girls like a strong looking individual, but they also love more than that is a guy who is kind to them and makes them feel seen and makes them feel heard. And the people that they care about is the same way. Whenever you meet one of her guy friends, you don't have to be fucking boastful and act like you're the toughest guy in the world. Be kind. Ask them about their job, what they do for a living. All these things, be intricate and be decisive with how you speak to the people that she cares about. You don't always have to put on that front, but it is important to have the balance of both. From there, I want to go to what I was talking about last night or in this last video. Get into shape. Be physically, if you can't control how your face looks and you can't control your height, at least be in shape, be in good shape, be somebody who she looks at you and say, that guy's disciplined, that guy's someone who cares about himself, so I'm not going to walk all over that man because he cares about himself enough to not allow that to happen. And he cares enough about me that whenever we get into a relationship and we want to have children, he's going to be in shape for our entire life and take care of our children and be that presence that we need as a father figure. Get into shape and take care of yourself first. If you're not in a position to take care of yourself, or at least are making the steps to get there, because just because you're out of shape right now, if you have been consistently for the past few months trying to get better and you're losing weight or gaining healthy muscle, then you are at a state that you are bettering yourself, and it's okay to have that confidence. But if you are constantly like pushing yourself down and degrading yourself spiritually and physically, then there's no reason to try and look for a woman, because she's going to do the same thing that you're doing to yourself. So take care of yourself first physically. Physically is the most important, because once you can build that foundation and that routine of eating right, going to the gym, those easier things to do, then you can start to build the foundation of becoming a better man and working on your character. The video is not going to be super long because, as you can tell, I got to hurry up and make it to a dinner with my girlfriend. It's Valentine's Day today. That's what made me want to talk about love. There's not a whole lot left that I need to say. It's just stop being so nonchalant. Women don't enjoy that shit. There's no girls in the world that like that. They like it to a certain extent. Once you get into a relationship with them, they hate that shit, and they always will. Once you get married to a woman that fell in love with you for being nonchalant, all of a sudden she wants that attention. She wants that love. She wants she wants you to be a hopeless romantic. She wants you to be somebody who makes her feel seen. She will not stay in love with you, and she will not like that long term. It's just the truth. You might think, oh, this guy gets all these bitches, he gets all these girls because he acts nonchalant, he's good looking, whatever. I guarantee you in the long run, every single woman, every single day will pick the guy who cares about her. And that's just the truth. That's how you have to find somebody who is worth loving, who is worth becoming better for. And not only that, you have to find somebody who is going to call you out on your shit, and in a way that is, hey, I don't like that you're doing this. Let's work on it, and let's work on it together. If you're not willing to work on becoming a better person, I always hear people talk about, I want somebody who loves me for me, and if they're trying to change me, then they don't love me for who I am. That's the dumbest shit ever, because nobody's ever perfect, and no one's ever automatically perfect for each other. Because I feel like we always hear these fairy tale stories where it's like, oh yeah, we're just perfect, we just mesh extremely well. But there's always going to be some form of disagreement, and on a minute scale or on a big one. And if you guys aren't able to discuss it and, excuse me, I'm burpy for some reason. If you guys aren't able to discuss it and get over these things in a way that is positive and can build each other up, then there's no reason to even go into these things in the first place. It's very, very hard to go into a relationship with an ego and a pridefulness that you are right and she should love you for who you are, because if that's how your mindset is, then there's no growth that's ever going to happen in that relationship. So you have to have an open mindset when it comes to becoming a better man, and know that just because they give you advice and you might think that it's wrong, it doesn't mean that you can't always look at it and see if it's coming from the right place. Because if it's coming from good intentions, and that partner that you're with is someone who has good intentions for you, and you can tell that they have good intentions for you, then that's when it's important to listen to the things that they're trying to tell you. And they will come at it towards you in a way that is constructive. And if they don't, then you'll know that's not your person. So try to take constructive criticism from your person. Try to understand that nobody's perfect. You guys are never going to get along always. And whenever you guys don't get along, you have to look at it as, okay, we're butting heads right now. If we're able to overcome this, we are going to be stronger. We are going to have a closer relationship. We're going to get closer with each other. And whenever you're able to realize that you hurt your girl in a certain way, and you can come back and say, you know what, I didn't mean to say this to you in this way. I know that hurt your feelings. I know that was a trigger word for you. I know that was this or that. And it might feel completely outrageously stupid on your end. And you're like, how could that ever hurt her feelings? You have to start to understand that it's okay to not understand your girl. Sometimes they don't even understand themselves. They don't understand exactly what they're feeling. And whenever they don't make sense, you just have to be that constant wall, that constant emotion that never changes. Somebody who is stern in their ways, and in a way that is not stern to where it's like, they're talking to a brick wall. That's not what the analogy means. It's just that you are not changing in your feelings and your emotions. You're that person they can rely on, that person they can lean on. That's what I mean when I say a wall. They can lean on you figuratively and literally. They can trust that your judgment is always going to be something that is from a place of love and something that isn't ever reaction-esque. It's not coming from a place of being emotional as a man. And that's what a lot of women strive and want from a man, is somebody who can be there for them in those moments of them not knowing exactly what they want. Whenever they're not making the most sense in the world, stop trying to understand exactly where they're coming from, because you need to learn that you sometimes never will, because there's not a place of understanding that they're coming from themselves. They have these feelings that they don't understand, and they're trying to navigate them through you, and you being there, able to say that, hey, it's okay, babe, this is something that we're gonna get through together, is a place where your relationship will grow much closer, and she'll be able to figure out herself what she's feeling and where those feelings are coming from, because it's something that's deeply embedded in both of y'all's relationship, where there's things that you will find out and figure out yourself and each other as you just learn each other and you learn yourself, and that's how you become a better person, is by finding a partner who is going to make you a better person. I could talk about my girlfriend and our relationship all day, but it has been extremely amazing because I've just put down my ego and my pride, and I've let God into our relationship, and I've trusted her having the best intentions for me, and things have been more amazing than they've ever been in the past. So I'm just extremely blessed. And if you guys are looking for your partner, look in the right places, work on yourself, and trust God. And that's basically the message for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, have a blessed one.